How to vote early in person. There are two ways to vote early in Minnesota. You can have a ballot mailed to you, fill it out, and send it back so that it arrives at your election office by Election Day for it to be counted. Or you can go to your local elections office and vote there in person as early as 6 weeks before Election Day. This video focuses on going to your local elections office in person to vote during the last week before the election. You will find that the process is simplest if you go 1 to 7 days before the election. During this last week, the process is different and easier for voters, more like the voting process when you vote in person at your polling place on Election Day. This easier process is available from the Tuesday before Election Day until the day before the election at 5 o'clock p.m., which is always a Monday. First, you need to figure out where to go to vote during this early voting period. It's different than the place that you normally go to vote on Election Day. During early voting, you can vote at your county elections office. Some cities also offer early voting at the city office, but not all. You can find the address of the county elections office and a list of the cities that offer early voting at their city hall on the Minnesota Votes website. Look for information on where to vote early or cities and counties that have early voting. It should be easy to find. Once you've found where to go to vote, you may want to check their website or call to find out what hours they're open. The first thing you will do when you get to your county or city elections office is to check in with the staff there. You will need to tell the staff your name, your home address, and your date of birth. The staff will check to see if you are already registered to vote at your address. If you are, all that you will need to do is sign your name. By signing, you are swearing or affirming an oath that you are eligible to vote in Minnesota. The oath says, "I certify that I will be at least 18 years old on Election Day, am a citizen of the United States, will have resided in Minnesota for 20 days immediately preceding Election Day, maintain residence at the address given on the registration form, am not under court-ordered guardianship in which the court order revokes my right to vote, have not been found by a court to be legally incompetent to vote, have the right to vote because if I have been convicted of a felony, my felony sentence has expired, been completed, or I have been discharged from my sentence, and have read and understand this statement that giving false information is a felony punishable by not more than 5 years imprisonment or a fine of not more than $10,000 or both." If every statement applies to you, sign your name. If you aren't able to sign your name, the staff can assist you. If you have moved to another address or have changed your name since the last time you voted, you will need to update your registration information by completing a new voter registration application. Be sure to bring proof of your residence. You can watch the same-day voter registration video for more information about this. Once you've signed in, the staff will give you an official paper ballot. He or she also will tell you where to wait until it is your turn to vote. Staff members are there to help you mark your ballot if you need it. All you have to do is ask. You can have a person of your choice help you to communicate and/or read the ballot to you and/or help you mark the ballot if you need assistance. The only people who aren't allowed to help you are your employer, someone from your union if you belong to one, or a candidate running for election. Just let the staff know that you have asked the person for help. This person is allowed to accompany you into the voting booth. They are not allowed to influence your vote. When it's your turn to vote, the staff will direct you to an open voting booth that meets your needs. Your children can accompany you into the voting booth. This is a good chance to show them that voting is important and how the process works. Always read the instructions and fill in your ballot carefully so that your choices are clear. Be sure to completely fill in the circle next to the name of the candidate you're voting for. If you make a mistake, ask the staff for a new ballot. Remember to vote for only one candidate per race unless the ballot asks you to choose more than one. Every place offering early voting has a machine that can mark your ballot for you electronically. It is especially helpful for voters who are blind or have a physical limitation that makes it difficult to mark their choices on a ballot. However, any voter can use the machine to mark a ballot. The staff will show you how to use it and answer any questions you have. You can't change it afterwards, so be sure to review your choices one last time before you put your ballot into the counting machine. The equipment will reject your ballot if you made a mistake in filling it out. That way you can fix them before you leave the early voting location. If the counting machine rejects your ballot, the staff will be standing by in case you need help. Once your ballot has been put into the ballot counter, you're done. You've voted. Your choices, along with the votes of millions of other Minnesotans, will elect the next leaders for your local area, the state, even the United States. For more information, go to www.mnvotes.org.